Let me tell y'all why I cannot be a journalist or a news anchor reporting on stuff like this Carlee Russell situation, because stuff like this really just be making me so mad. I'm going to call all of them a liar up until the truth is actually revealed. I have sympathy when people are going through things and you want an opportunity to deal with those things on your own or whatever. But when it is something of this magnitude, that in a matter of hours, it wasn't even a full 24 hours before they had reported this girl missing, and the circumstances surrounding her being missing was enough for people to really, kind of put some interest into the situation, to be like, all right, y'all, we need to find this girl. What are the details? What do people like? The world right now is so technologically savvy that it is just hard to fathom when there isn't footage of things going on. So, excuse me, when they released the CCTV footage of a car on the side of a road, and it had the hazard lights on, it was riding the shoulder, there were no other cars besides those passing in general traffic. There were no other cars near. There were no other cars near. It's nighttime. You are the only person who sees a figure that turns out to be a child alone at night on a busy highway. You make a call to the police, and then you call your family member, and it's your family member who hears you being abducted. I like, don't tell me that the forest is on fire and it smells like, I don't know, potpourri. Like, don't tell me that. It's going to smell exactly as one would expect it to smell. Like trees are burning. Just don't sit here and try to come on the news and have this compassionate tone asking everyone to respect your privacy. No, absolutely not. You have thus lost your privacy once this whole entire thing became national news. And I feel this exact same way about Jamie Foxx. I feel like he does not have the right to be out here milling about all like, no, you need to be telling us what is going on. And I feel this way because how do we get around these types of things happening again? How do we then get ourselves in preventive mode when we don't know what to look out for, what to listen for, what to pay attention to? Nobody else reported seeing a kid on the side of the road. There were no other calls. None. On top of that, there was nobody that reported seeing a car abandoned, broken down, or a young lady out there by herself or whatever. Nobody reported seeing a young lady conferring with this toddler, because the story is, or one of the stories is, that she went to check on the toddler or whatever, right? And this is how she ended up becoming abducted. Did you give a description of this toddler when you were on the phone with your aunt or with the police? They released 911 calls for everything else. We haven't heard that. Like, this is why I urge people to not settle for little teeny bits of information, because the less you know, the easier it is to manipulate it. And this was one of the other things that I recognized with her mom talking in the Good Morning America interview. They said something to her about when her daughter arrived at the house or whatever, right? And how did she feel? Like, what was her state? What state was she in? Her mom said, when I saw her, I just, went over to hug her or whatever, but we had to let the medical professionals do what they needed. Did y'all have word that she was on her way home? How was medical professionals there at the time where you opened the door, saw your daughter, and couldn't greet her because the medical professionals had to get to her? Please expound. And then the story was such bullshit that she couldn't even finish the statement, and it became like this totally somber moment. Like, we just had to let them do it. And then the husband, take your time. No, this is what people do to stall. This is prime. This is prime. Then the other thing, I definitely took notes. The other thing was the interviewer was asking if they were looking for an abductor. It's either yes or no. If she gave y'all a description of who did this to her, why do we not have a bolo? Where's the bolo? Where is the be on the lookout? Where is it? This is why I can't just be listening to any and everything that people just be running out of their mouth. Because people be spending all day throwing up. Just throwing up trash. Anywhere you go, throwing up trash. Other thing they said was, she found her way back. The girl knew where she lived. She didn't find her way back. She went home. She went home. She arrived at her home. She did not find her way back. Like, this is why words are so important to me. Because people be trying to play all day. No, baby. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to listen. As much as I talk, as much as when I'm in the midst of arguments with people or whatever, they're like, you don't listen. I'm listening, but I can do two things at once. So I can listen to you tell me all of this, but I'm going to call you out right in the middle of you saying whatever it is that you're saying that does not match what you had previously said, because I want you to address and explain that thing right then and there. I don't want to give you another minute to forget, because then we wait too long in the conversation to start addressing those things. You'll have the leverage of saying, I didn't say that, I don't remember that, or whatever, because so much time has lapsed. I'm going to call you out on that right there. This is why I cannot just be listening to people sweet talk, because this situation, you do not have the right to tell us to mind our business. And that's basically what you're saying, respect our privacy. No, you don't have any privacy right now. We need to be able to get this type of information out as widely as possible, so that when people like myself, parents, or just a caring individual at any length is passing on to others, look out for this when you are out. Watch out for this. Look out for these traits. This is how we get these things, right? This is how we protect ourselves against certain things, because we utilize the information that we have and we apply them to our daily lives or to the situations where they are applicable. And we make sure that we are paying attention to these things as best as we possibly can based on the information that we have. We don't have nothing. We don't have nothing. All you have is the boyfriend coming out saying that it wasn't him. The mom coming out saying she had to fight for her life. How? Physically? Did she have DNA in her nails? How did she fight? That girl did not find her way back home. She did not appear at home in good condition, or whatever the case may be. The girl went home. And that's my story, and I'm definitely sticking to it. And the last point, the mom keeps talking about the girl being all affected because of the fake stories and conspiracy theories and all the propaganda going on the internet or whatever. Why is she on the internet? How she know about the stuff that's being said? How does she know that there are people like myself calling her a liar? How does she know? What you are in a state of distress. You have experienced what you want us to believe is extreme trauma. You owe us an explanation, niece, because we family now. This family business. Let us know what's going on.